Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for our new Facebook Live. Today we are at the Smash Club with Pierre SEQUIER. So Pierre SEQUIER, thank you for welcoming us.
Thank you. Good
Thank
morning.
you. Yeah. So we will talk about tennis mostly. After that, we will have a focus on COVID-19, families, and different kind of subjects. So first of all, can you present yourself and also the Smash Club?
So good morning, everybody. My name is Pierre SEQUIER. I am the head coach of the Smash Club and Tennis Academy in Bangkok. I've been in Thailand for 14 years, and at the club, we opened the club about 11 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this pretty old, but also pretty young, right?
I hope we can still say pretty young.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've been here for some time, so yeah, I think now people may feel that we have been open for a long time, but it's not that long. It's about 10 years. Yeah.
Okay. So it's very nice. We have the sun today. We have like beautiful courts, also with good players. We'll start with one subject, so it will be tennis. I'm not a professional, I don't play that much. I want to start to play tennis. What is the most important things to start tennis?
It's actually pretty easy. You don't really need a lot of things. Pair of shoes, tennis shoes, a racket, balls. But here at the club, we have everything, so you could just walk in, come, and then we will give you a racket. You just have sports shoes, and that's fine. We have the balls. You can play with a coach or play with a friend. It's actually pretty simple to start, so you can just start anytime. If you are interested, just come in and get a chance to play.
Okay, nice. So I have my tennis shoes, I have my tennis racket, and my stuff. Do you have any recommendation of at what age I can start? If I have like pretty old, pretty old, but also like if I want my children to play, what is the best age?
So it's really there's no age. If you are an adult, you can really start anytime. You can learn at any time. The younger, the better. But I have people starting at 40, 50 years old. There's really no problem with that. If you are keen to learn, or even if you don't want to learn, if you just want to play, you can actually just start playing anytime. For kids, now we start as young as 3.5 years old. Now we have equipment, adapted racket, adapted balls. So we have foam balls, hard, soft balls. We got all the type of balls, so you can really start with very soft balls, light rackets at 3 years old. Okay. So it's what we call mini tennis. You're not going to play at 3 years old on a full-size court, but we have the mini tennis courts, mini tennis nets. Everything is adapted. It's going to be coordination, a lot of games, coordination. Tennis is really good for coordination. Okay. So say you're 3, 4 years old, you're going to do 45-minute tennis. You're going to do games, coordination things, and then a little bit of also, of course, hitting the ball. So yeah, 3, 4. Again, there is no, you can start any age. Yeah. The younger, when you start at 3 or 4, you are developing things in terms of coordination that are really going to help you. Okay. Older generation, I started when I was 7, 8 years old. At my time, it was really young. Okay. But now we have kids starting at. I didn't have an adaptive racket. I didn't have a junior racket. I started with another racket. If you speak to someone 50 plus, they will tell you they started with a wooden racket, super heavy racket. So now it's fantastic. You can start at 3 and 4, and you can see kids 4 or 5 years old on a mini tennis court during rallies. Okay. So yeah, the tennis now is really made in a way you can start super young, very young age. Okay. And
for older, no age. You can go ahead.
Start anytime. Just go. Just don't wait more. Just come now and start now.
Okay. So now I start. I play tennis at the Smash Club. I want to make some competition. How it works in Thailand? Do you have competition here? Can we find like international level in Thailand? And how can we access to this kind of competition?
Interesting question. The tennis in competition here is, I will say, is not developed as it is in Europe or in the US, where you have a lot of tournaments in all the clubs. But here at the Smash, we have a tournament system that we organize for our members. So, for example, now at every Grand Slam, we will organize a tournament at the same time. So you won it one time. Yeah. Only one time?
Yeah, only one time.
Good. That's a good start. So we do it this way because you got tennis on TV. So people are watching tennis on TV. That makes them feel they want to play.
Yeah, that's nice.
At the end of the Grand Slam, we organize a tournament here. So for instance, now next week, we're going to have one here. You register.
Yes.
So that's 4. Sometimes we try to push 5 or 6 tournaments per year.
Nice.
Last year we didn't do as much, of course, because we were not able to play tournaments, but now we're starting again. So 5, 6 tournaments. We also have a league system. So league will be a system where it's a group of players. We put you in a group, you know, you're playing this as well. We put you in a group of 4 or 5 players. You contact each other to play.
Yeah.
All of this together, here at 𝐿𝐴 you can play 30 matches a year with the other members, which is a good amount of match. We also now started a couple of years ago what we call a Super League. That is a more high-level oriented competition. We have some players as good as top 10 in Thailand playing the competition. We are starting now the 3rd season of that Super League. It's quite successful. We have for this year about 40 players already that registered. So we're going to have 3 divisions. This is good as well. Now, outside the club, there are also ways to play. There is a good organization run by Singa that are running professional tournaments. We at 𝐿𝐴 we have a team, 10, 15 players every time we're going. You're part of it, you know. We're going to play these tournaments. It's a lot of fun. It's very good, very well organized.
Yeah, that's
the level is quite high. When the borders are open, you have some really, really high-level players coming from Australia, Europe, US, Japan, Korea. It's very international. You have players as good as 400 or 500 in the world that are joining these tournaments. The top Thai players are ranked, I think, 600 or 700. They are always the one winning these tournaments. So it's quite high level. This is very interesting. And another thing, this is more for kids. We also run some tournaments here when we are allowed. So now we're going to start again, but we have a tournament for kids that we also run with the adapted balls. So 10 years old is green balls, 8 years old is orange ball. We try to do this tournament adapt. So it's nice. Much better. There is another place also in Thailand that do this. It's another academy, Pyramid. They do it. They do a very great job as well. So there are ways
for develop the children.
Exactly. Not only the high level kids play these tournaments, but if you play tennis for a year and you want to start competition, it's good to have an average level tournament where you not really crush in the first round. It's adapted. So we're trying to do this. These other places doing it as well. So this is a few tournaments per year, and then there are also some higher level tournaments for kids that are run in Thailand. So that's good as well. And again, when the borders are open, the ITF, International Tennis Federation, are running tournaments for juniors, for adults, for seniors as well. I've played last year.
Seniors?
I've played some last year already. So this is also very, very nice because you've got players flying from all over the world. That's senior is more relaxed. ITF, the regular tournaments is what we call the futures. This is high-level competition. And for the juniors as well, it's really high level in Thailand. You have players coming from all over the world to play these tournaments. So there are plenty of options to play tournaments.
Nice. So you gave me the link for the transition. I will talk about another things. You talk about borders, you talk about COVID. So our next subject is, of course, COVID. We know like COVID is a big deal for all of us, especially for you guys are watching, like you cannot do everything you want. So I just would like to know how you manage it during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's still here, we know, but how you manage it. And it was a nightmare for you because we know we have COVID and we have pollution. So both of them are like linked now, how it works and how we manage it.
Yeah, so when you put it like this, it doesn't look too good. 2020 was not the best year. But what we manage with what we can do. So when the whole thing started last year, there was a big lockdown in Thailand for, I think it was like 6 weeks. These 6 weeks we were closed, so we didn't do anything on these 6 weeks. When the country reopened, when the lockdown was finished, we reopened. This period of time was actually interesting, very interesting for us because people really wanted to do things, to do sport. I think there was a lot of frustration from being stuck at home for this number of weeks. There was a big boom, I think not only for tennis, but for sports in general at this time. I could really see a lot of people coming in, a lot of interest for tennis, a lot of new members, new people that never came to the club, inquiring about how to start tennis. Or the other thing that I think for us brought us a lot of people here is that the fitness center stayed closed because we are an open air activity. We were allowed to stay open at a time where gyms and indoor activities were closed.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people that could probably sometimes do fitness were not able to do it, and then they turn to tennis. So all these activities that are outdoors are a little bit less affected by the COVID, where it's easier to respect all the distanciation. You know, you can see here we got two players playing, they're really far away from each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So you don't get as much contact as you would as boxing or gym. There's no also equipment that you exchange. You're not on a machine putting your hands on them and then someone else come in. So I think it was a little bit easier for her to manage.
And also for people, they are like more relaxed because they know they will not touch each other. It's like very easy for them as
people were not scared of coming to the tennis club. They were really asking, when we were closed, they were really asking, when are you going to reopen?
Me first.
You first, you know. So I think there was a lot of demand. So there was a lot of interest for tennis. So we were closed for 6 weeks. When we reopened, it was very interesting for it. It was good dynamic going on. Now you were talking about the pollution. That's another problem. Last year, I think was probably the first or second year that it was extremely serious in Thailand. That happened in January, February. That was just before COVID. So it's true that these two events back to back were not the best. January, February, for the first time, the amount of pollution was over 150 on regular basis for many days in a row, many weeks in a row. People were starting looking after that problem and not letting the kids outside the house when the pollution is over 150, which is completely understandable. It's completely it's really
dangerous.
It is dangerous. So that was January, February. It happened again this year. So I think now it's going to be a consistent thing happening every year. This for pollution, you cannot say anything.
The good point is you are far from big roads, I will say. Not that far, but not that like.
No, we're not that far, but I don't think it's coming a lot from the. It doesn't look like it's coming a lot from the traffic.
That's true.
It's a fire thing from the countryside. So when it happened, the whole of Bangkok is actually affected. The best thing to do is get an app on your phone, check the level of pollution, and adapt your activities. When it's too high, of course, it's not recommended to be outside. Stay inside, buy an air purifier, and just look at your app every 5 minutes, and then wait until the weather is better, and then come down to the club. But we have to. This is not the whole year. It's only a period of time that we have to be careful, look after the level of pollution at all time.
And so coming back to COVID, how you manage people to avoid any risk here for you personally, but also for the Smash Club? Did you make anything to avoid any risks more?
Yeah, we actually follow the rules that are placed in Bangkok, in Thailand. I think I have to say that the management of the crisis here was pretty good. So we're wearing masks. When you're not on the court, you have to wear your mask. Social distancing, as I mentioned already, is not so hard to manage in a tennis club.
Yeah, that's true.
You are on the court, you are far away from each other. Now, when you check in the club, we take your temperature, you have the 𝐏𝐤𝐿 gel. You put our time, multiple times, as much as you can. We register the people when you come in, you have to sign in. So there is a tracking system in place. So when there is a case, you actually know where the people went. So you can have an idea of how to control if it happened to be a crisis coming up. I think it's better to track a little bit. People are doing that here. It's working very well. So we're following the rules set by the government and just trying to do this and participate to the effort. It's not fun, but it's something we have to do as an organization, and people have to do as just as people.
Yeah,
As
that's true,
anywhere
yeah.
you go, you know, in Thailand, it's pretty serious with this. I think they have been managing very well compared to some other places in the world. So anywhere you go, whether it's a restaurant, a shopping mall, a sports center, you are signing in when you come in. You take your temperature, you use the gel, and just follow the rules.
Yeah.
We're doing the same here, and it's working
pretty well.
Yeah.
We will start another subject. It will be about families. So we can hear some fireworks right now because we have the Chinese New Year tomorrow. And so I just follow this about holidays. Do you propose anything for children, activities, camp, like during all the holidays, or what is your activities during this period of time?
So we are a tennis club, we are an academy as well. So we have a lot of activities for the kids, a lot of coaching going on. When it's not the holiday, we actually have a program, after school program, every day after 4 or 5 p.m. and every Saturday morning as well. So this is going on all the time. And then we also sometimes go to schools when they open. We are going to schools, teach tennis in the schools.
Oh, nice.
And during the school, to answer your question, during the school holiday, we are running camps. So every school holiday, we have a morning camp, Monday to Friday, 5 days in a row, 3 hours of tennis. So you can just drop your kids here at 9 o'clock in the morning. They get 3 hours
and then you are free.
of tennis. You're free. And then they have lunch here at the club. So it's really 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. activity. Really nice. This is now next week. Some schools are on holiday, so we're going to have 2 weeks of camp next 2 weeks.
Every morning?
Every morning, Monday to Friday, yeah.
Okay.
This is what we do during each school holiday. We are running these activities.
That's really nice. Yeah. That's really nice. How many children are allowed, and if you have specific age, or you said you can take care of people, I mean children 3 years old. So what is the perfect age, and also how many children can
Again, we organize for any age, 3 years old to 18 years old.
Okay.
Of course, we put the kids by age group, by level as well. Yeah. So we have a lot of courts. You can see here 4 courts. We got 3 at the back. So with 7 courts, you can manage a pretty big group of people. So there's no really limit. We're always putting 4 kids per court. We organize rotation when we have to. So yeah, we can manage big group of kids.
Okay.
There's no problem.
Oh, that's really nice also for the parents who are watching our Facebook Live. Talking about parents, is it possible to come here as a family? You have 2 children, 1 wife. You want to play all together for an hour or 2. Is it possible for families?
Well, we have a lot of families.
Okay. It can happen sometimes.
We have a lot of families at the club. So as I mentioned, we have all the coaching activities for the kids. We also organize coaching for the parents, all this at different time. But say you have your kids at the camp, and most of the time we will have a court or 2 still available. You can book a court at the same time, get your kids in the camp and play at the same time with your friends or with the other parents from the camp, or with the coach if you want a lesson. Yeah. We have a lot of coaches here, so we can do that at the same time. Playing together, it's possible. We have families doing it, fathers and sons, right? Mothers and parents and kids playing together. We have that a lot. When people have a similar level, it's easier. You can easily book a session with a parent and a child of similar level. If it's very different level, you can still do it. You're not going to play at the same